This is Ken Smith, reminding you it happened today, April 13th, but the year was 1742, and it was the first performance of Handel's Messiah. It was also on this day, 1796, that the first elephant arrives in the United States from India. It was on April 13th, 1861, that the Civil War began with the 34-hour bombing of Fort Sumter. It was also April 13th, in the middle of the Depression, 1934, that some 4.7 million families report receiving welfare payments. It was on this day, 1943, that Franklin Roosevelt dedicates the Jefferson Memorial. It was also on this day, 1970, when Apollo 13 announces, "Houston, we've had a problem here." But that was April 13th in the past. Today, April 13th, 2020, as the virus continues to expand around the world, there are additional plagues and pandemics. One in Uganda. Weeks before the coronavirus spread throughout much of the world, Africa had already been threatened with its own plague, a locust outbreak, the largest in 70 years. And now the second wave of these insects, some 20 times the size of the first, is arriving. Billions and billions of these locusts are winging their way and devouring the vegetation and the seasonal new crops, leaving the people of Uganda fighting in vain and risking the spread of that virus. Today in Italy, the mafia continues distributing food and giving interest-free loans to the poor. They're in the process of snatching up struggling businesses. A warning is that if the European Union does not intervene, because right now already in Germany, France, Spain, Holland, Belgium, the mafia already has monies placed. And in Italy, they're now putting it to work. For what purpose? It's called favors. Favors could be votes, or allowing someone to put their name on a contract as a front for a mafia business. They've just been waiting for this crisis. The United Nations Secretary General warned the Security Council that this pandemic is threatening international peace and security. And we must, as the United Nations, become engaged. But the fact is, as the COVID-19 is circling the globe and killing tens of thousands of people, the United Nations has remained virtually silent. In a survey in the United States, 1,000 people found that 60% have enough money to last for 3 months, while 12% said they can last for less than a week. Airlines are announcing a cut of 90% of their routes for the coming summer. Their flights now are only 10% full. It's costing the airlines $420 billion a month. In Van Nuys, California, some 2,500 families lined up for over a mile to receive free food. I have 6 kids and it's difficult to eat. My husband was working in construction, but now we can't pay the rent, said Juana Gomez, one of the unemployed working poor. In San Antonio, a food bank gave away food for 6,000 families. And this is just the beginning. Walmart, Costco, Target are banned in some communities for selling non-essential items such as clothing, electronics. Local governments have issued executive orders that require the chains to empty those areas of the store with non-essential items, such as clothing, electronics, or to rope it off so that customers cannot enter. Another unexpected effect of this viral expansion is on mental health. With billions of people from the United States to Italy to around the globe having been ordered to stay at home, psychologists say the confinement is now beginning to trigger deeper troubles and depression. The unintended consequences of this tragic virus, the result of confinement, is beginning to trigger deeper troubles, depression, compulsive disorders, emotional instability. Helplines are running hot with callers, calling in distress. It's in a time just like this that Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you peace." This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, April 13th, 2020.